some of them I think are just pretty standard practice, maybe in a bid to protect the person's mental health. That's what I think. I don't know anything. Others have come under scrutiny in the past 2 or 3 years. Remember when we had a conversation like this and someone was making mention of women forced to drink the water of the water used to wash the corpse of her late husband as proof that she didn't kill the man. And then there were others where they would say the woman would have to stay with the corpse, I think, in the same room for at least a night or two. I'm not mistaken. There are lots of them. However, if those are the ones that you want to talk about, you could call in, share with us. But what I want to bring out this morning, right, is what we've now termed to be quote unquote celebration of life type of funeral type of thing. Now, funerals are meant to be solemn. Yes, there are times when a big person does pass, a very popular figure, an elder statesman rather, somebody who was very influential and affluential. People like, okay, maybe 2 days celebration, 1 week, state funeral. So here we have it. During the lockdown, the Ghanaian, remember that Ghanaian, what do they call them? Hearse. They has the pallbearers, right? Those people who carry the coffins. They started dancing with it. And weirdly enough, even before I saw those people do that on social media, back in 2018 or 17, I went to a Che for a very prominent figure's mother's burial. It's a very prominent figure, right? He's a professor. So that's much I'll say. And then when the corpse was being brought, they were doing the same thing. Toss the coffin in the air, dance, stroll, bang, 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 those kind of things. And some people who came with us asked this question. All of that, tossing, throwing, was the person in the corpse enjoying it? Were you enjoying their show? I don't know. So let's have a conversation this morning. Funeral rites, what practices would you like to see discontinued?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
And now, hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. All right, WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. 90.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome, please.
Good morning, Mr. Youth.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Kingsley. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Kingsley.
Thank you very much. Based on your topic this morning, Mr. Jude, for me, I'm from Rivers State. What I want to be discontinued when it comes to burial rights and all those things is the area out of when the corpse is coming back from the mortuary, you see people running like as if they are in this what do you call it, Olympic or whatever. This Hamilton, how much in this marathon?
Yeah.
Sorry, I remember 2 years ago when I was small. I remember one boy like that. I think he got a very serious accident that leads to his death on that process. So, and at that period, they banned it a little, but before he knew it, they surfaced again and all that. So, like the person that died has died,
right?
Actually, for me, it's not important for that moment. I think that it's a month period. I believe the corpse was supposed to be taken safely to the.
Oh, dear.
That's what I think is not necessary.
Okay, all right. So the wild driving, the large convoys making noise. I see some of them even use cutlasses or machetes, to scrape the ground. Hey, for somebody like 35 or 45 or 55, whatever age anyway. He says he doesn't like that. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we'll go on our first break this morning. Don't forget, now's the time for you to get your one-play ticket because we have the huge draw coming up later on this morning. Stay tuned. 90.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
So you would like to have funeral ceremonies done in a different manner than maybe we were used to or we've been used to for years. So what are those rites that you like to see? Maybe, obviously, I don't think most of these things have any quote-unquote legal backing. They're just, traditions, practices. They more often than not don't harm anybody. But apart from those that actually do, or those that actually dehumanize the person, particularly the women. So this Friday morning, as Nigeria mourns the late Peter Rufai, I ask, what practices would you like to see discontinued? Funeral rites, that is. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, please keep your conversations civil.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Thank you. This is Dinamo.
All right, go on, please.
Yeah, thank you. You say when you look at the book of the good book, it says in Ecclesiastes 9, verse 4, that we believe in the Lord that surely we will die, but the dead get nothing. So whether you talk, you somersault to anyhow you perform after someone passes, now only believe you enjoy, decide the just like a taxi. But the dead inside the coffin was nothing. So for me, I don't see anything wrong. Whether people they mourn or person die, or people they rejoice, any idea, you just have to accept the faith. Culture of the thing. Now something will be said to you, and it will not be practical to say this is not okay to continue or for people to perform in such a way. Even Jesus Christ said, I believe he says that we should mourn with those who are mourn.
Mourn, yeah.
They rejoice with those that rejoice. So that's what I have.
All right, thank you very much. Miriam's on the line from Mokrika. Miriam, good morning to you, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Oh, I'm on a Peter of Fire as well. I remember as a kid, those days, I don't know, it was a goalkeeper, right?
Yes, it was arguably our best goalkeeper.
And he was so good, and those people would just be shouting, Peter
Rufai. Yes!
Peter Rufai.
Oh, you bring back memories. You bring back memories.
Goodness.
It was
wonderful. When he just any goal, he saved. So we just be hailing, all the kids will be shouting, Peter Rufai. It's wonderful. I feel it's so rest in peace, honestly. And the kind of burial rites, let's get to that point. Look, dude, I really salute our foremothers. I don't know if there is anything like that for what they endured. That is called traditional rites, burial rites. Honestly, they didn't endure it. In fact, for what they suffered. Our foremothers, I say, may they also rest in peace as well, because nobody did same for them. When they died, no one was there to do any right for them. Maybe just the children to mourn them. But even when the spouse was alive, when they were diseased, no spouse was meant to do for them, the women. It's an unfortunate tradition, honestly. But just in my own culture, what I don't want to see again is in my town, Krika, if no matter how good you are, if you die with any injury on your body, maybe diabetes wound, or maybe a serious injury, or maybe you're one of diabetes, as a result of diabetes, they cut your leg, you were amputated or something, you will not be buried in the land, no matter how good you are.
Really?
The land rejects such people.
Really?
They will take you and go and throw you in there's a place they call
wait. They don't bury you separate. They just throw the corpse.
They just throw the corpse. Yes.
Are you serious?
And they said, and that place they throw you, those are the places they also keep people that were presumed, witches and wizards. People that they know that these persons were terror, spiritually in the land. Those places, that's where they will take you to. You that maybe, unfortunately, maybe you died as a result of a car accident and sustained so many injuries. You may not, no matter how good you are, you will have the same fate of that evil person that is a witch or a wizard. The same fate.
How did they know that the person who died as a witch or a wizard? If they were alive and the witch, why didn't they, punish him? Why did they wait for the person to die first?
You see now, you say they don't have the power when the person is alive, but when the person is dead, the only power they have is they go and throw you somewhere. But when you are alive and they know, everybody knows that, okay, this person is a witch, is a terror, spiritually, a witch kills people. Everybody stays away, they are scared. But when you're dead, they now have power over your corpse, where now they can come and exercise muscle and take you to wherever they believe you deserve to stay.
All right, Muriel, thank you very much. JD is in Port Harcourt. Ida is on the line from Mukora. JD, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, morning. I want to start by paying tribute to Dodo Mayana.
Yeah.
The great Peter Rufai. The epitome of reassurance. Peter Rufai is, in one word, I want to describe me as guarantee. When it's between mistakes, we have rest of mind, like they say. We are not afraid. We know that somebody is there, no matter what. We have that confidence that we will not concede. May so rest in peace. Hello?
Yeah, go on, JD. We'll listen to you. Go on, please.
Okay. Talking about funeral rites in Nigeria and in Africa. There's one I'm yet to decode. Jude, I don't know if you can help me. There's this practice in the South whereby when people die in the sea as a result of accident in the sea, they are buried by the sea. I don't know if you can throw more light on it because I don't understand why it's like that.
They in some cultures the person drowns, they don't bring the person to be buried on the land.
Yes, what is the idea behind it?
Well, but the last time we had this conversation last year, they said it was because that body belongs to the river spirits.
Is that not funny?
I don't know.
I think that's another right that we need to look into.
But JD, I do know that if you were to die at sea, right? Sailors, when they die at sea, they actually do have burials. They do a burial rites, they pray, and then they throw the corpse into the ocean. I know that.
Yeah,
I know.
We're all human beings. The question is why? Have we seen the spirit that demand for the body to bury in the spirit in the water? What if the family members actually want their loved ones to be buried on the land?
Okay, good question.
I've never have a conversation with the spirits in the water that they are saying that if the person is not buried in the water, there are going to be consequences. We don't know these things. It's just an assumption. And I think it's very unfair to family members and loved ones who actually want their loved ones to be buried close to them.
You have a point.
Also, this right of in the south and the southeast where you see the casket carriers.
Yeah, the pallbearers.
They tell you it is the body that is moving them. It controls the movement of the carriers. And starts visiting friends and family before he goes to his final resting place. I don't know if you've seen it before, Jude.
Yeah, they say a brief stopover at so and so. They go to another place, another.
No, if it's a big stopover, they are saying that it is the spirit of the dead that is actually controlling the movement of the carriers.
Oh, okay, so they'll be dancing and they're moving left and right.
Yes, so it's a movement to family and friends aboard to say final goodbye.
Okay.
And for me, I don't know with all due respect to our cultures, but I find it hard to believe. I feel those things are just drama. And I think they are not necessary. But it adds to the fun of the ceremony.
But should funerals be fun?
We have a celebration of life. The person is old.
Yes.
When the person is young, then it's quite tragic. So I think the fun should be for those that are old, not for those that are young.
Okay. All right, JD. Thank you very much. Ida from Nkoro is on the line. Ida, thank you very much for calling back.
Yeah, I greet you especially, my brother.
Good morning to you, Ida.
So, I'm crying this morning. Our best keeper. They should give you one status for Abuja, River State. I don't know the local government and the state he came from. Please, they should celebrate it, even in death. Because I know bad days, just like what Miriam said, Peter 05, everyone was hailing him with his high and breathing. Please, Nigeria should honor him. I honor him from Nkoro. I'm going to honor him. I will pray for the family. God will guide them and protect them. They should bear the pain. Thank you very much. God bless. I remain on the from Nkoro.
Ida, thank you very much. Well, he really should be honored. He really 61. But the report is that he had an illness, and it was a long running thing. It was a long running battle, and at the age of 61, he finally said enough is enough. In the phrase from Game of Thrones, and now his watch is ended. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Zion is on the line from GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, Mr. Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
There is this hypocritical way of life we live here. This particular man who served Nigeria now, all of us, so rest in peace, this and that. When he was alive, what did he do for him? Let's mention one thing. Oh, he's wonderful, he's this, he's that, in short, he's the Jesus Christ. What did we do for him when he needed us? One of the songs, right, and say, appreciate me when I'm alive. Maybe when I don't go. And I don't know why this country, we are this, should I say demonic? All the people that have served this country meritoriously, go and check. They came back wretched. All of them, go and check. All of them that have served this country meritoriously with integrity, with a passion, with selflessness, who will not touch government money, who will be upright, go and check. They died poor. Criminals.
I can't say the same for Rufai because, like I said, he had a very great career. And you and I, let's be honest, I'm yet to speak to our contacts at the NFF and those people who know in particular. I really wanted our local DB at China to come through, but he's engaged. We don't know what kind of illness and what had been done because people like privacy. If you get what I mean, Mr. Zion, some people just want to keep things quiet. Maybe he hasn't treated it quietly. We don't know.
For such a man, quietly, that also narrowed. I don't know when you went to the TikTok. Go and see, even Nigerian actors are begging, like and share, send me money. Nigerian actors whose income and interest will about 50% grow our IGR as a nation. Have we taken care of those ones? My brother, I'm not going to leave this or that side. Now, look at the discourse you brought. There is no part of our African culture, tradition, and practices that are bad or evil. Not one. most of this conjecture you see, oh, let us change it, they are all lies that were told against us because they want to steal from us. Few weeks ago, I asked you, oh, they are killing twins, so, and I asked you a question, which part of Nigeria were they killing twins? And I challenged the people that they will mention our area it was happening before a woman came to stop it. Mention them and let us go and do a finding. And they should call in that, yes, they were killing twins. These things are all lies against us.
Okay, so
it was Mongo Park who discovered River Niger.
Let's not go too far. So the callers who have called so far, they've said, hey, look, that dancing or throwing of the corpse, or this one where they say touch the body, or say all those things they don't want to see. And then I think Miriam made mention that if you die, let's say you are amputated, they push you, they don't even bury you, they throw you into a separate place. Those kind of practices, do you think they should continue?
Why not?
Why should they?
Not? Who told you they are bad? Our fathers that practice it and they live in peace. Have you asked how come the kind of crime we see today?
Are you saying that if someone has diabetes and his leg is cut off, he should not be buried with his family? He should be thrown.
Bury him in the community, take him far away.
Why?
You know why? Because it's incomplete.
He's incomplete. Wait, hold on. Ezekiel is on the line. Before I get to Ezekiel, Zion, if I'm not mistaken, it is the same Christian Bible that once said, and it was figurative, I know it was not literal, that look, if one part of your body is causing you to sin, cut it off. And medicine has also showed us that sometimes, in order to protect a man's life, you may have to cut his hand or cut his leg so he doesn't die. Are you saying that for those people, because they've had their legs or limbs cut, they are not worthy of being in the same cemetery?
Our fathers have what we call evil forests. We have where we call evil forest. And it's for the purpose like this. In the community, look at some children they gave birth to. Look at the deformations and deformities you are experiencing.
Yes.
It's natural.
Yes, it's called congenital anomalies, Mr. Zion. Mr. Zion, let me answer Ezekiel. Ezekiel from Ubuni. Good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Mr. Ezekiel. Thank you for your patience, please.
Jude, my condolences to our hero who made us proud. I think, let me ask Mr. Jude.
Yes, please.
Do the federal government, who claim to have Ministry of Sports, have any pensioner voucher for these footballers? Hello?
Well, maybe they do. I do not know. Because, like I said, some of these questions I would have loved to have somebody directly for it. I don't want to speak on anybody's behalf, right? So I cannot answer that question. It's a valid question.
You see, that is why our country remains as it is. Ban Ki-moon, few years back, qualified Nigeria as fantastically corrupt. I don't know if I'm right. Do you know that Rashidi Yakini, who scored the first World Cup goal for Nigeria, was also neglected? I saw this picture of her online 3 months ago. I was surprised to see Peter Ofai with the condition I saw him. And I am not also talking only for the footballers. What they call athletics in football, in sport space. Let Nigerian government learn how to take care of these people who are single-handedly serving our fatherland, both home and abroad, with their own income. Last week, I overheard what they call it, Mikel Obi sponsoring Super Eagles for their 2016 was it World Cup or
so that story is still heavily debated.
Tournament. I don't know if you're understanding me. So it is real bad for our politicians only focusing on how to loot and steal our money without taking care of those who had suffered for this our fatherland, if at all we have. Thank you very much.
Wochuku is on the line from Transamadi. Wochuku, good morning. You're my final caller. I'll get to read the messages on WhatsApp. Good morning, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
I want to contribute briefly on what they are saying. First of all, my condolences to our hero, Repeater of Fire. My soul rest in peace. The Super Eagles and the NFA should do something, at least have it started somewhere in Nigeria. Coming to the burial saga of a personally, me, I hate burial. I hate burial. When it comes to anything burial, I hate it with passion. Because one, it is the only occasion I see that put the highest stress on me. Talk of doing all these unnecessary things. You know, you do this or you do this. All those things doesn't make sense. In Anglican and Catholic, to be precisely, there's something they used to do. Most Anglican churches will condemn, tell you they don't need this, they don't need that. They will do service of song a night before the burial of that person. It is the only thing personally I accept, and I think it is important to do for the dead. So all these times they call on the taker, carry dead body, move him left, move him right, turn him upside down. All those things are not relevant. The death of somebody should be a reflection to somebody that is already alive. That's why you see Anglican churches, they organize that service of song. When you come, you listen to the song. Now make it reflect. So personally, I don't see anything in those things people do. You somebody will die. So let me tell you, there's a story that happened after this. When people are doing they did work for businesses, and they had accident.
Yeah, we've heard that. It's terrible.
I personally don't support those things. They don't make sense.
Okay.
Let the dead go and rest. And personally, me, I hate burial. I don't want to. If they tell me somebody is dead now, just meeting that person, I am afraid of the stress someone is going to pass through them of burial. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, that's another conversation talking about the stress. All right, let me read your messages on WhatsApp now. Thank you very much for sending them. Now, no culture is useless, as a matter of fact. Those of us that are ethnocentric should put a stop to that. Every culture serves a given purpose for the people that operate it. And in my community in Choba, if someone gets drowned at the river, we bury that fellow in the riverbank. We have a designated place in our community where those that are buried come to Choba and tell anyone to take you to South Africa. When you get there, ask them, where do they bury those that died in the river? Ima Otaka in Choba. Ima, thank you very much. Hector says, when he was alive, how many of us knew him, even wished him a happy birthday on his birthday? Once somebody dies, we can't type happy birthday, but we can easily type RIP. In this part of the world, we prefer to give befitting burial instead of befitting treatment, from Hector. But Hector, things like that, it's all about public space. Even abroad, how many people wish David Beckham a happy birthday every year? It's just close family and friends. And yes, when these tragedies happen, we are now made to remember the impact that fellow had made in society. So I can understand that. I'm not holding brief for our society. I'm just saying I can understand that. Okay, when he was alive, everybody's trying to find Gary. Everybody's trying to Rufai should be okay. That's the assumption a lot of us make. Hello, Jude. To support Muriel's story, my Okrika people refuse your body to be buried in the town if you die during childbirth or less than a week after giving birth. Wow! If you lose your sight or to trauma or illness, simply put, if you are not supposedly complete like you were when you came to this world, your body is taken to that same place and dumped. Not even buried, dumped. They also have people check and recheck the corpse from the top to the bottom before the casket is closed, because it is believed that if any metal is buried with the body, that person will return immediately as a witch and disturb the living. Usually, a record is kept for all accessories used and the items are struck out one by one on the list. The metals They are looking for include pins that may be easily forgotten by the tailor that make the shroud, cufflinks, studs used to dress the corpse. I've never understood the practice, is yet to be challenged. Wow. Okay, thank you very much for this comment. We're learning every day.